Welcome to our weekend release. This is our bonus podcast where we see how much extra content we can squeeze into your week. Random things that have been sent in, extra bits from our week, and how our advice went down with you, our wonderful G&Diva. Do you want to make any more noise in that background? What are you up to? Christ, you're like a one-man band. Right. Random things that have been sent in, extra bits from our week, and how our advice went down with you, our G&Divas.
Now, we've had some wonderful responses to the launch of our Diva España summer special.
It's been amazing, hasn't it? Producer Benidorm's absolutely ecstatic by it.
Oh, get you with the big words.
Yeah.
3-syllable words from Jordan North.
Go fuck yourself. How's that for one?
Wow. You are very aggressive today.
I'm not. Don't say that. I'm not being aggressive.
It's because you're tired.
You just said get you with the big words because I said ecstatic.
Yes, but that's my character.
Oh, right.
Okay,
Okay.
I'm the bitch. You're the lovable one that everyone loves. You're funny.
Everybody loves you.
Oh, thank you. Not as much as I love myself.
Okay.
That's the most important thing.
I mean, they don't love you as much as me, but still.
No, I know,
I'm joking,
exactly.
I'm joking.
Shall we, now remember, if you do want to enter Diva España, it opens on Tuesday. You need to listen contemporaneously.
Get you with the big words.
5 syllables. Contemporaneously. Oh, 7! Sorry.
Is it? Wow. Also had the word anal in there. Shock.
Don't distract me now. Anyway, listen on Tuesday if you want to enter that to the episode. Huge responses. Sadly, Emma Fellows, XX, on Instagram is very, very upset. And in fact, she's called us selfish that we're going to do this on her wedding weekend, so she can't enter.
Oh, sack your wedding off. Come to Benidorm.
Well, I responded saying that I'd rather be at Emma's wedding, quite frankly.
Cheers. Will you start looking... Will you please be a bit more... Richard, will you be a bit more excited about Benidorm?
Okay.
Always winning round with it. Keeping up
appearances.
appearances.
Quote.
Yeah.
Nice. Series 4 coming soon for fans of the Luxury Podcast. Anyway, Blake C92 wants to ask a very important question. Will Ben be arranging the accommodation after the faux pas with the state visit to Burnley? We can't risk making Benidorm any worse. I don't even think Benidorm could be worse than that accommodation. No? And KB Food Photos has asked, may I ask, is it a William Hotel or a ... Jordan Hotel? This impacts whether I will be applying or not. I don't know. Well, let's be honest, KB, it's Benidorm, all right? So there's only so much we can do.
I think you've been very disrespectful to Benidorm and the people that visit Benidorm.
Okay. And Josh says that he has the same reaction that I had, that when his friends decide that they're going to go to Spoons, whatever that is.
Spoons?
Yes.
Weatherspoons?
What?
Have you been to Weatherspoons?
Oh, I have been to Weatherspoons, yes.
Have you? Where?
Actually, not round the corner from here.
Did you take him to that?
No, Jonathan did. Jonathan secreted himself in a Spoons and made me come and join him.
That one round here? I mean, I love a Spoons as much as the next man, but that one round here is pretty rough.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was interesting. We had a nice time.
It always says something about a bar when they've got bouncers on the door on a Tuesday afternoon.
Well, they knew Jonathan was coming.
You think, when you walk past the pub and they've got bouncers on the door on a Tuesday afternoon, you think, might kick off in there.
I think I'll go to Pret.
Yeah.
Now, look, we've got a special guest on the podcast today.
Oh, have we?
Please welcome to the podcast, Robbie James. Hello, Robbie.
Good morning. How are you?
Yeah, we're good, thank you.
Robbie.
Now, where in the world are you? Where do we find you?
I'm in a place called Marilyn in Northern Ireland.
In Northern Ireland.
Marilyn.
Yep.
Northern Ireland. Marilyn.
Exactly. Yep. I fit in well.
Now, some of you listening might remember the incredible Wendy, Can I Borrow Your Potato Peeler song
Yes.
that we played during our 5th birthday live stream. Well, the legend and musical genius behind that song is Robbie. And Robbie is with us now because we want to just give you your moment because you have come up with the only song that's ever been specially composed for Help I Sexted My Boss, and we thank you.
Well, yeah, that's Robbie. Thank you so much for that. I nearly forgot about that. Producer Ben, can we have a little listen to the song one more time,
Hang
please?
on, Ben's having to press a button.
We did this on our live 5th birthday live stream, didn't we?
How long did it take you to come up with, Robbie?
Surprisingly enough, I sat down and it actually came out in about an hour. It really.
Oh, wow.
I've never actually written a song that quickly, but it's one of those days that it just came. It just happened really, really quick.
Here's a little reminder.
So good.
I love it.
A long time ago in a land so far away, a pearl girl had a problem and was in a disarray. Her family needed feeding, she had a bag of spuds. She searched the cupboards and the drawers amongst a place of mugs.
So good.
The answer to her problem came to her sobbing head. She ran into her neighbour's house and this is what she said. Oh, Wendy,
Can I borrow your potato peeler?
She said, Wendy,
Can I borrow your potato peeler?
oh, Wendy,
Can I borrow your potato peeler?
It is such an earworm.
Yes.
That'll now be stuck in my head for the rest of the day.
Robbie, that is absolutely fantastic. Honestly, I can't thank you enough for that.
No, it's fine. Well, you kind of inspired it because on one of your podcasts, you said, as the Wendy thing started to gather momentum and people were using it as a challenge and response, I think you said, it'd be great if there was some kind of chant, a football chant. I could just imagine everybody on Turf Moor, singing something, and that was the idea. I think that's why my accent kind of went a bit sort of football, It wasn't meant to be Eric Idle. It was supposed to be more of, and so I just, that was the kind of vibe, or say if you played it on a tour or something like that and people would sing along to it. So, I mean, you kind of gave me the ingredients and obviously the subject matter, but quite difficult to find a word to rhyme with peeler. So that was a little bit.
Yeah. So what are the rhyming words with peeler?
Well, there aren't, and that was the thing. There are apps online where you can't. There's a word that you can't quite find a rhyming to. You can put it in, and it gives you some suggestions, but none of them fitted to the song. So I sidestepped that one.
And how long have you been making music?
Well, I started playing the guitar since I was 9. So I've played on my own, singing in bands, sort of pubs and groups and stuff. I've done a bit of everything. Nothing big time. Nothing like this. This is, And I've written a few songs over the years, but normally found difficult to find subject matter. So that's why I found this one quite easy, because I actually knew what I wanted to do. I just wanted to. I thought if I could get this and if I could send it in, if there's any way of possibly getting on your 5th anniversary, this would be the way to do it. So.
And have you written any other songs about kitchen utensils?
Well, I haven't written any songs about kitchen utensils, but I've got the bug now. So I do think that you probably need a proper song about the actual podcast. So
wow, okay.
Spoiler alert! I'm working on something at the minute.
Oh wow, okay. We can have a whole album this time next year.
Have you ever had to borrow a potato peeler?
Well, the whole part of that story is that you just can't imagine that a woman would actually go door or that. I mean, I've been cooking all my life, and you haven't got a potato peeler, you probably use a knife. But it's the urgency of the potato peeler that really makes that part funny.
How did you react when you heard the song on the live stream?
I was watching it on YouTube on the TV, and so it's like watching you're watching a TV program then, and when you started talking about it, I just thought, no, this can't be. And then when the music started, it was just, it's unbelievable. Yeah, it was just fantastic. And, the family just all went bonkers about it as well.
Oh, that's lovely.
And we've got some fun facts about Robbie James here.
Oh, have you?
Robbie was an underbutler at Buckingham Palace during the 70s.
No. Oh, no, you found that letter. Oh, now it's coming out. Right, okay.
Wow. So did you do any state banquets?
Yeah, I did 2 functions. I actually went to catering college down in Broadstairs, and they used the students for that, the good ones, allegedly, for extra help, because you get these functions, they need hundreds of staff. So I did a state banquet for the president of Indonesia, believe it or not.
Wow.
I did another evening function, but I can't remember what it was. But yeah, it was amazing. At that time, you couldn't actually get into Buckingham Palace for It wasn't open to the public. So we got to see all the the amazing rooms, and the traffic light system. They have traffic lights to tell you when you can go into a room, when you can stop. And the organisation was incredible. So a great experience. Yeah, so I did that.
You're a man of many mysteries, Robbie. He also used to own a Yorkshire pudding manufacturing company, and he sent recipes and top tips for making the perfect Yorkshire pudding.
Oh wow!
This is
what?
Yeah, I kind of stumbled into it. I was working as a chef in Yorkshire, and at that time, you used to get these the round ones that look like a kiddie swimming pool with all the sort of stew and beef and ale in the middle.
Yeah.
You never really could make enough. So I thought, right, I'm going to do that. So I borrowed some money off my mum, and I got myself a little van and a little unit, little industrial unit, and I started baking these and selling them to pubs and restaurants. And I ran into a guy at a frozen food shop. He loved the product, so we decided to freeze it, and it just went from. It was a recipe story. We made like hundreds of thousands a week. That's sort of this factory running 24 hours a day. So that was the Yorkshire pudding's been very good to me. So
that's amazing.
He's a Yorkshire pudding millionaire. He's a millionaire from Yorkshire pudding.
Things can only get better.
See, I'm gonna. I should have got bloody Picky Tea trademarked.
Yes, yeah.
I won't be here now with you on a Wednesday morning.
So bloody rude. What's the secret to a good Yorkshire pudding?
I really think everything has to be at room temperature. I mean, you've highlighted the fat does need to be hot. I mean, that's quite important. It does. I always mix the flour. I always mix the flour and the milk separately, and whisk the eggs separately, and then you just add the eggs just at the last minute. Just whisk it around just a little bit, and then straight away into the oven. And that's the ones that really rise up. They're lovely and crisp on top, and you've got that little nice bit in the bottom with the oil. So that's.
Oh, I'm hungry now.
Does that make sense?
That does make sense. I'm going to adjust my own Yorkshire pudding recipe.
It really does work a treat, and you will and don't cook anything else in the oven at the same time. That's really important. So
love it. Okay, well, Yorkshire pudding's all round tonight. I think whilst Jordan just reads his script to say goodbye and wrap up, would Robbie be able to play us out of today's episode with a live rendition of Wendy, Can I Borrow Your Potato Peeler? Are you up for that, Robbie?
I'm up for that if you are, yeah.
Oh, yes. Yes.
All right, well, whilst Robbie gets his instrument out, you read your script, Jordan, and then we'll throw over, there'll be Top of the Pops. You presented that.
End us out. So remember, if you've got a question or story that isn't a dilemma or problem, this is a place where we can read it out, drop it into our DMs on social media, or send us an email to help@sexandmyboss.com with anything that you want to share with us. We also love hearing back from the people we offer advice to. So if that's you, get back in touch with Producer Ben. For more sexted news and nonsense, sign up to Producer Ben's newsletter via sexandmyboss.com. And don't forget, you've got until the end of the day to enter the Diva España prize draw. Listen back to Producer Benidorm's Big Bing Bong on Tuesday's episode. To get the code, you need to enter. We'll see you next week. And playing us out,
it's Robbie James.
Robbie!
The answer to her problem came to a sobbing head. She ran into her neighbour's house and this is what she said. Oh, Wendy, can I borrow your potato peeler? She said, Wendy, ooh, can I borrow your potato peeler? She said, Wendy, ooh, can I borrow your potato peeler? She said, Wendy, ooh, can I borrow your potato peeler?